Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the shop today. Today is a nice day. It is 7-something o'clock in the morning. Worked out, had some breakfast, and realized my welder is still sitting on the floor. So let's change that a little bit. So my plan is to build a welding cart. I'm broke, so I can't buy a new one. And even the cheap ones aren't actually that cheap. You're not really spending, you're still gonna be spending around $100 for one. And I think I have enough scrap steel to put one together. Will it be pretty? No, it won't. Will it hold my welder up? Maybe. There's a 72.6% chance that it will. So I have some angle iron hanging on the wall. I might see if I can build something out of that. And who knows, maybe I can make it pretty in the end. But for right now, I just want to get this thing off the floor. So let's see if we can schmade something together. And yeah, see if we can make something work. Okay, so I did a little CAD drawing. I just took some measurements of my my welder and wrote them down here. Primeweld Pt.1. And so I'm going to make a tray that goes around this guy. And it's going to be pretty snug. I have 1.5 inch angle iron here. And just like all the other material I have, it's fairly bowed. What's going on there? Anywho, so I tried straightening it out a little bit, but didn't go very well. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this cut up, and then we're gonna use our TIG welder to make our TIG welder cart. Sounds simple enough, right? So I'll get cutting and we'll see how far we get. Okay, so I finished cutting those up. I also put 45 in the corners. Take into consideration the thickness of your blade, guys. That's something I always seem to forget to do, so I'll probably have a little bit more clearance than I anticipated, but in all, I think that's okay. So I'm going to get this thing set up. I upgraded my welding table. By welding table, I mean just a sheet of metal that I was welding on. I have a piece of 1/4 inch now. I had just had a piece of 16 gauge that was just going all cattywampus as I was welding. So I got a thicker piece, and I just grabbed some scrap 1/2 inch, welded on some tabs, so now it won't slide away on me, and it gives me a good clamping surface for my ground. I also got this little kit off of Amazon. Just a gas lens kit with some stubbies. It also comes with a couple of number 10 Pyrex cups. That's what I have on my torch right now. Got it for like 35 bucks, guys. Is it any good? I don't know. It helped me a little bit with my stainless. I was screwing around on some stainless the other day. Was getting a little bit better color out of it. Still smoky, but we're getting there. I'm going to chalk that up to user error because I'm still trying to figure it out. But anyway, I'm going to get this tacked together. And once it's tacked, before I final weld, I'm just going to bring the welder up on the bench and test fit it. Because for some reason, I don't know if you can tell on camera, that looks a lot smaller than that to me. I've measured it twice, checked it once. Should be good. So I'm going to tack it up, test fit it, and then we'll final weld that up. And then at least we have our starting tray for our welding. Okay, so I don't know why I was going to lift the welder onto the bench when I realized I could just take that tray, put it on the ground, and just transfer it over. But, you know, who knows that? Anyway, I threw it in there. It's pretty nice. Here, I'm just going to get in here. So it's a nice fit. A little looser than I intended. But, oh, this fan's a lot back here. But it's smooth. It's tight enough. Tight enough that... what's going on my camera? There we go. It's tight enough that it'll do its purpose fairly well. So that's the starting point. So I'm going to final weld that up so I know that's done. And then we're going to come up with an idea to do the bottom tray, which needs to be longer to accommodate the tank. So I got to do some engineering up here and see what I can make happen. But I'm going to final weld this up, and then we got our first part done. Okay, so I just finished final welding that up, and I think I'm getting better at this whole TIG welding thing. Believe it or not, these are good welds for me. I'm learning a little bit more puddle control. Still, you know, not the best thing in the world. Not Instagram worthy, as people say. But this one's starting to look pretty clean. I had to start and stop here, and I needed to work on that as well. But, you know, all in all, they look pretty good. The sides didn't clean up too bad. I had to fill a lot of gaps. My cutting was not perfect on these cuts. But, you know, it's stuck together, and that's all we really want here. I think I'm getting better. So make fun of me if you want. I don't care. I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to master this at some point in life. But for now, I'm going to make some more measurements and figure out what I need to do for the bottom tray. We'll get that one going. Okay, so I got the bottom ones cut up. I didn't film that. It's just me cutting angle iron. And I may or may not have almost started myself on fire. There's a reason I'm not wearing my sweater anymore. Remember that ripped pocket in the last episode? That fills up with sparks very fast. But anyways, we're all safe, which is good. I got some outdated fire extinguishers here that are ready to go if anything does happen. So I got these all cut up. I've made a few better cuts. There'll still be some gappage to clean up. This one is 28 inches long, and that is to accommodate for the welder and the tank. I gave myself a little bit of play there because I'm not sure I'm going to want that a little bit spaced away from the tank, so I got myself about an inch or a half inch, something like that, of play. The top one is 22 and a half or something like that across. I was going to put the welder at an angle so I could see it better when a guy is welding. But I was going to do that originally. But the issue there would have been is this thing would have been like almost 30 plus inches deep. And to put that thing up against the wall or something like that, it would start getting a little ridiculous as far as how much is going to be sticking out away from the wall. Didn't really like that idea, so I'm going to go flat with the welder. The top of the welder is going to be around 36 inches above the ground is my plan. So it's kind of an in-between height. I'll see it really good if I'm sitting down, and I'll see it kind of good if I'm standing up. I don't know. That's just what I'm going with. Deal with it if you don't like it. But I'm going to get these tacked up, weld it up, and then I got to look into what I'm going to do to build it up. So stick with me. So after dipping my tungsten about 10.7 times, I got her both done. Both my trays, this is the top tray, this is the bottom tray. This tray, I'll see if I can do this one-handed, will be, I can't lift that. But that top tray will be about here, so whatever. Like I said, the top of the welder is going to be 36 inches from the ground. At least that's the idea. I can always change that while I'm building this here. But I am out of material. Ran out of angle iron. I thought I had another full length, but I do not. So I'm going to have to pick some more of that up. So we're going to come back and try this next time. All right, so it is next time. And I picked up some more metal. Already got it cut and cleaned. These are 17.5 inches, I think. I actually mismeasured. I didn't take in consideration the tallness of this angle iron. So it'll be 1.5 inches taller than what I anticipated. And that's all right, because I think I want it a little bit taller anyway, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And then plus I have the added height of the wheels yet. Not sure what I'm going to do for that. I'll have to come up with something. But so I'm going to get these legs welded on. It is going to be a little awkward on the front because they will have these this side protruding inward. So the hole at the front will be a little bit smaller than somebody might actually like. It doesn't bother me that much. Like I said, I'm trying to do this on the cheap with what I have available. So I'm just going to go for it. If that opening is just too small, I'm just going to cut those angle irons out and put flat bar in or something. But for now, I just want to get this thing done and off the ground. Maybe one day when I finish that CNC plasma over there, maybe I'll be able to make myself a really fancy welding table. Or not welding table, welding cart. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Right now, I just need something to move this thing around. So I'm going to get welding those up, and we'll see how far we get. And hopefully at least have something that looks like a welding cart when we're done. Stick with me. Okay, so I got that whole thing tacked together. I did make a mistake in the time lapse there. I'll see if anybody can spot it and let me know in the comments what I screwed up on, minus all the bad welding and bad measurements and keeping everything square, like all the obvious stuff. But yeah, see if you can catch what I did wrong. But I changed that, fixed it. So this is what I got. I just have it mocked up. It's just tacked. I'm not going to leave my welder on here for overnight because it's just tacked. So anyway, cut it a little close with the tank. You can see daylight through it. So, I mean, it does clear. And I had to shim up the bottom. I'm going to have to make a little tray for that guy. And I'll make little gussets here to kind of hold the tank in place and something that I can chain around. But that's the idea. Let me get a little further to the ground here. So, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It's a nice height. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but it's kind of like right at my hand. And it'll be 3 or 4 inches taller depending on the wheels I get. So I like it. It's simple, cheap, and ugly, but I like it. And like I said, once I can get this CNC plasma going, then I can I might do something kind of fancy for a side panel and a handle. Little doohickey-madoodle there. But I'll explain that in another video. But so I'm going to final weld this because I think this is fine. It's a little wobbly just because it's not completely flat. So I'm hoping that the weight of this thing will sit on the wheels and not be an issue, or I might just shim up the wheels a little bit. Probably not the right thing to do, but all in all, it's pretty straight. I like the height of the tank. Wanted the tank a little bit higher than the welder, but not too much. So yeah, no, it'll be nice. A little narrow, so hopefully it's not too tippy. The wheels I'm going to put on the back will be on the outside, so that'll give me a little bit more wide base to work with. But I'm going to weld this up solid, and then we'll get to working on the wheels and see what we have for that. Okay, so before I final weld that up, I think I found out what I'm going to do with my wheels. I had an old barbecue that I scrapped last summer, and I got these wheels. They're pretty hefty. They're plastic, but they're solid rubber. And the best part is, comes with poverty caps. So now we'll look sharp when we're rolling around the shop. And I got these bolts that were with it for kind of bearings, I guess. And then I picked these up today. These are just some cheap little casters. I think they're a 3-inch caster. So see if we can make that work. But that's my plan for wheels. It saves me some money. Found that in my little disregard pile. But I'm going to cut this video here. This video is just getting too long. I was hoping to do this all in one, but it seems like everybody gets a little bored after a video reaches 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep my videos a little bit shorter. You can let me know in the comments if that's what you'd like to see, if my videos are too long, too boring, am I talking too much, yada, 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 etc., etc. But anyways, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I really appreciate it. I've noticed I'm getting some thumbs down on some of my videos, but nobody tells me why. I'm okay if you put a thumbs down. If you don't like what you see, put a thumbs down, but also put in the comments why. Because how does a guy get better? By being told what he's doing wrong. So if you guys let me know that, that'd be great. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll catch you on the next one.